Beautiful people, welcome to it. Man, you guys are tuned in on the Hangout, which is your favorite show right here on channel 260. And yes, Kenya Yazi, today it is a Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we definitely do have a date with you and I right here on the channel. And yes, we are going to be bringing you a Hangout for the next coming hour. So please make sure that you guys are staying put, and also you're sitting as couching zenu comfortably and also warmly, because the weather ingati iti. So right now tonight Sayenza is we are going to give you guys a beautiful show. And before we even do that, let me just introduce myself. Elam Igama, it is Uzinhle Ngeza, and I will be with you from this minute until the last one. And on the show, you can get to expect we'll be speaking to people that are holding on household names. And also, what is nice, we're also going to be speaking with people that are doing wrestling. And we grew up knowing that wrestling, it's something that is very foreign to us, but they decided to bring that culture to be within us. And also we're going to be having that conversation with them. So please stay put at home, and also please do remember to keep on the conversations going on all our social media platforms. Keep on engaging. It is at Mpumakapa TV, and Ketinage, we're also available on the Free Vision Play app, where you can be able to watch us live as we are going live onto your DSTV channel. But okay, okwangokuthi na maske siqaleni inkqubo. Beautiful people, welcome to it, man. And yes, starting it off with a conversation that I had with the lovely designer and someone who has decided to take fashion to the next level, and that is the one and only Laduma Ngokola, our very own from GQ. And also he has taken his brand to go to different states and also different platforms around the world. So everyone, I had a beautiful conversation with him yesterday, and let's get to see what did we actually get to converse about. Beautiful people, welcome back to it. And yes, you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout right here on channel 260. And yes, I believe that you guys are going to be like, Uzinhle, what sort of trick is she playing right now? Because so what is happening is that today we have to squeeze in the man that we have in studio right now. And I am talking about the one and only, the one person who gets to inspire us and also motivates us, because he's doing big moves in and around the world. And I am talking about our very own and also favorite Laduma Ngokolo. He is right here on the grey couch with me, and also I am going to be having a conversation with him. But first of all, let us welcome him onto the Hangout. Welcome, Budwam. How are you today?
Good, thank you, Siswam. It's good to be here. Greetings to Ababugeli and the studio here at the Hangout. It is a pleasure for me to be here.
Lovely stuff, man. Maskestete, in terms of people who only know umsebenzi wakho and don't get to really know about Wenungbani, Maskestete, who is Uladuma, and also get to talk about the start of journey yako as well.
Uladuma ichepa seKabeja, born and raised. Fashion in the when I was 15 years old. My late mother actually was the main influence behind me choosing to go into fashion and textiles. Ndafunda ke kuye endlini esaqalisa kwakhona unita ukwenza ijezi. Wayinita back in the 70s, but wabuyela when I started joining grade 8 at Lawson Brown High School. And fortunately, I was doing design and art at Lawson Brown High. And then, of course, you know, when you grow up in the neighborhood, it has to be a secret that you are a nature designer. But I kept on going and decided to study textile design and technology at the Nelson Mandela University.
Lovely stuff. It's so inspiring to hear about career yakho eqale kanye kanye kulo mhlaba sikuwo namhlanje. But also, I want to get into terms of you finding your voice, finding your signature within the fashion industry, because you came up with designs that were not familiar within designs as a corner in the market. So let's talk about that time when you were trying to find your voice and find who you truly are, and also what is going to be reflected through projects up.
Yes, of course. After I was 15 until I was about 22, I was making generic that could be easily be found anywhere around the world. When I did my 4th year BTech at the Nelson Mandela University, we had to come up with a project that was innovative, that was environmentally friendly, and that addressed the problem in society of unemployment. I then took all of those criterias, and then I came up with an idea of how about we take traditional Xhosa beadwork, because it's the most beautiful beadwork in the world, and take the patterns and the motifs and modernize them in order for them to sit on clothes, on carpets, on cushions, on a lot of things that we deem as lifestyle products.
Yeah.
And then from there, the brand just took off a few months after I graduated, after being exposed to various markets around the world.
Lovely stuff. And also talking about markets, your work has went through stages in the world where I'm sure now you never really imagined uba ingaze fikelele phayana, and also yafikelela phayana, yaba welcomed and people loved it. Your brand became a staple in foreign lands. So let's get to talk about you realizing uba this umsebenzi lo uwenzayo uthi xa efikayo kwamanye amazwe afike omkelwe kakhona and also beloved as much as it is loved back home.
Yeah. Xa sesibonisa umsebenzi wethu overseas, of course abantu bayi-understanda enye indlela, abayi-understanding a context into yobana this is something that's cultural, that's Xhosa. They see it generally as African first, and then after you explain, they know that it's South African. After they know it's South African, they know that it's proudly from the Eastern Cape. After Eastern Cape, it's inspired by isintu, says Xhosa. You understand that? But to me, sharing the context just adds other layers upon the person liking what they see. Umntu ke buys from the beauty that they first glance themselves in front of their eyes, and then me telling them the whole journey behind what I do makes it even more special. It makes abanye abantu become loyal customers, you know, because umntu ufuna supporta a cause irrelevant to society.
Lovely stuff. And also with your designs, you've managed to inspire other designers also to bawele kweli cala of keeping a culture and also keeping, spreading a culture here to other parts of the world. So let's get to talk about the influence that your brand has in terms of it can be musically, it can be culturally, and also it can be a lifestyle.
Yeah, no, I don't want to lie. The brand and the concept in general, ibe influence kakhulu, not just with fashion, ne textiles. Ibe influence even with curriculum that high school kids are studying at school. So since I finished my graduation, yafakwa curriculum yase high school, and then universities bakhona ne-scholars that are doing masters and PhDs that write about it. I've seen influence yayo in lifestyle products like at home, and I've seen it a little bit in some architecture styles. So influence goes a long way, you know. I think there's still a lot that will be influenced by the concept angle that I came up with. But of course, Nati, we do use other influences like optical illusion art and pop art to make our style fresh every season.
Lovely stuff. And also, kunyaka odlulileyo, you had, I believe, unyaka odlulileyo or the year before, you had such a beautiful project whereby wavula istore sakho in New York. Let's get to talk about that process. You making sure that signature yakho iyaziwa in such big spaces, and also now you're finding your foot within such spaces as well.
Yes. Last year, June, savula store in New York, in Manhattan, in a hippie area called Soho. Since then, of course, we penetrated a huge market that is very saturated, and we've been gaining a few customers every month, and even as far as Brazilians and Italians that go and shop from the store. You know, it was quite a surprise that abantu abathengayo phayana eSport store is not just Americans and South Africans. It's a mix of various people, but I'm super excited about that and any other stores that will open up in other cities in the future.
Lovely stuff. When you're looking at yourself right now, and I'm sure that ukhona umfana naphayana okanye intombazana that aspires to be you, what are those words of advice you can actually give them and they just want to also get into fashion?
I think kubalekile uyazi i-purpose ozoyidlala kwi-industry so that ungazuba confused. Zininzi careers with fashion. There's trend forecasting, there's buying, there's fashion illustration. I can talk until the next day. So if uyayazi bana uzele lento straight kwi-industry, awuzusokola kakhulu. I didn't struggle much mna kwi-industry, I don't want to lie. Because bendisazi ndingumntana na 15 ubana ndifuna uba ne-fashion brand but ene-textile element estrongo kakhulu.
Lovely stuff, Putwam. Please stay put because Tina Sapina Smuye, and also we're still going to have a conversation with you because you are bringing something to Ekabecha. And beautiful people, please, as well at home, need to stay put because we're still going to come back, and also we're still going to be having a conversation with Uladuma right here on the Hangout. Today we're talking everything Makosa and also what are the things that they're doing. So you don't want to miss it, everyone. Stay tuned. Beautiful people, that was the first conversation I had with Uladuma. I almost said Umakosa because he's well known for his brand. And yes, we're going to take a short quick ad break, but still, when we're coming back, we're still going to hear more about why is he currently in GQ and also get to hear more about his brand and also partnership that he has gotten to work with. So everyone at home, please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. Beautiful people, welcomed back to it. And yes, you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout. And also, please do not forget to keep on the engagement going on our social media platforms. And right now, I had an engagement with Uladuma Izolo, and also we got to talk about Umbulelo, which is Thanksgiving, and also it's an event that he is going to be hosting on the 18th of April, which is this coming Friday. So let's get to hear more about this event and also get to hear about how can we people of the public and also people get to support him and also show up for our very own. So everyone, let's check out the next one. Beautiful people, welcome back to it, and you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout right here on channel 260. And right now, sizawungena kuyo ke ngoku umbulelo, the Thanksgiving that Uladuma is bringing to the people of Gqeberha, just so that we can get the context here and also what is it all about, and also for people at home to buy their tickets. Mister, are still good? Are you still enjoying your time on the Hangout?
I am still enjoying the time of being at home.
Lovely.
It is very special to be at Gqeberha because so I'm very blessed to be here.
Lovely stuff. Masingene to koyena mxholo esikuyo namhlanje. You are bringing something beautiful on the 18th up at Gqeberha. Let's get to talk about that. The Thanksgiving, what is it all about, and also what can people get to expect when they're buying those tickets to come and attend?
I think first of all, umbulelo yinto ecompulsory kuthi ngokwasesikweni thina singabantu singamaXhosa. Ultimately, somewhere on your journey, one has to do it, and we've been postponing it multiple times to do umsebenzi wombulelo and a celebration event up at Gqeberha. And we decided a few weeks ago that, listen, the weekend Easter, on the 18th of April, we want to do umbulelo, host an event that is an experience where we give access to people to purchase a ticket, and then with that, in exchange, umtu gets to experience your brand for half of the day from 3 p.m. until midnight. Of course, there will be refreshments, complimentary. There will be 3-course meal. There will be a goodie bag that will be given. So, the value that umlaza ifumana is way beyond of the ticket that they're going to purchase. But nevertheless, we made sure that we acknowledge into ezithandwa ngabantu balapha eGqeberha. So usis Unathi is coming to perform. Tebe Linyora is coming to perform. DJ Lento, which is sozumazi wena.
I'm young.
It's from the 90s.
I'm young for him. Yeah.
He's gonna be playing, and various other artists as well. I'm so excited. I think for me, more than anything, this is a united celebration of success and excellence yethu singabantu basekhaya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. And also, man, I'm sure most people do want to go, but they'll be like, you cannot afford. Let's get to talk about in terms of the comfortability of Abantu, the setting that you guys are bringing to Abantu Basekhaya, and also for the ones that feel like Ingati, they cannot afford your brand just as yet. Are they able to come through as well?
Of course. Akukho dress code ethi bana bawunxiba ngamaXhosa, you're not welcomed. Come as you are. Xa sesikhupha invite ebantwini sithi bring your flair. Because funa abantu babe comfortable in their own style. Whether you wear maXhosa socks and plain clothes, that's up to you. Whether you don't wear any maXhosa piece, that's up to you. Sithanda abantu abanestyle. Style is everything. So I think dress code iphelela up. Whether you decided to go to the store at the boardwalk or stores in Joburg, Cape Town, or online, ukuwe.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And also, I want to go back to a business, Yako, and also your brand. You launched it, and a couple of years later, you launched the Kiddies range. Let's get to talk about that, and also involving Abantwana to be part, and also to get to experience some of your creativity.
As I launched Kiddies range per se, I only launched like one piece when I just had a baby. Umntana mukamata. But ultimately, crossing fingers that singayireleasa kulo nyaka okanye early next year. I love kids so much. My managing director, Ulihle Nqaini, she always loves kids. She has kids. And we can't wait to get them to be part of the community as well.
Lovely stuff, man. And also, when it comes to the difference, what sort of difference did you manage to find when you were taking your brand from Gqeberha, and also obviously you went to Johannesburg, and then from Johannesburg the world was your oyster? So let's get to talk about that transition of you having to adapt now to other different parts of the world.
So when I moved to different cities, I didn't really adapt, but instead I looked at the things, certain nuances that each city has, and included that in the brand. So uqala kwami ndahlala iminyakana apha eGqeberha, ndamuva ndayohlala eKapa, ndafumana a-scholarship eKapa to study fashion at what is known to be the best fashion school in the world, eLondon. eLondon ndiye ndahlala 2 years. I felt like, listen, I need to come home and continue what I started. I moved straight to Johannesburg. I've been there since. But umsebenzi wethu takes us everywhere, and even here at home. So ndisuke eMonti ngoku, I'm here at Gqeberha, and there's a lot that we want to do up at Eastern Cape that we feel like we ultimately should be doing, because this is where the origins and the roots of the brands are.
Lovely stuff. I love the fact that awufuna ulibala ikhaya, as much as you have had the privilege of going to explore other parts of the world, but you also want to remember back at home. I love that. And also, let's get to talk about now in terms of you collaborating with also other brands, and also bringing another creativity to come within your space, and also try to make a wonderful project coming from umaXhosa X, whatever that other brand is.
Yes. No, we've crossed a lot of paths with a lot of brands, like Mercedes-Benz and Diageo, with Hennessy, and partnership with other brands help ni share market and also exchange ideas. We had a festival recently that you saw online. and we got a lot of brands involved there in that event, and it made it super special because it meant that we could carry the weight with others. The partnership is about that. Even in business, when you are able to carry the weight with nabanye abantu, umthwalo akasindi kakhulu.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Would you say that Umbulelo is going to bring the same element as the last festival that you had?
So Umbulelo is a mini version of that.
Of that. Okay.
Yeah, we are trying to capture the look as much as we can, so that isibanike tease abantu basebhayi. Abakhona ababhalayo online that nizisa nini festival, siboniseni ke ngoku uba ngalo lesihlanu uba ngomgqibelo nizawuphuma na, and nizawunxiba njani, nizawushow up njani na. I believe that the Eastern Cape / Gqeberha is a fashion capital. The people will decide whether to officially stamp it as a fashion capital.
We didn't mention about where is it happening, or let's give them those finer details, tickets, times, and also the venue.
Umbulelo is happening at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium ngolwesihlanu on the 18th of April. Iqala ngo-3 p.m. until midnight, and there'll be various acts such as Unati, Tebe Linyora, and various others. And I'll be around as well. Sometimes abantu don't even know that I attend these things.
Yeah.
Yes, I do miss others, but lena ibalekile kakhulu, I had to make sure that I'm around.
Lovely stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Hangout. And also, thank you so much for doing the initiative of making sure that Noba Soku Gaganani, you're still coming back home and also still acknowledging Abandu Osokakubo. That is inspiring and also motivating also for the ones Obashile or back at home. Thank you so much.
Sisi. Thank you so much.
Lovely stuff, beautiful people at home. That was Uladuma Ngokolo, and he comes from Umaxhosa, Africa. And Ketinake Ngoku into Science is we're going to take a short, quick ad break, and then we are going to come back. So please make sure that you guys are staying put because the show is still going to be fire. Beautiful people, that was the lovely conversation I had with Umaxhosa. And yes, amatiketi ake ayafumaneka for Umbulelo, which is the Thanksgiving. It's going to be happening at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. You can simply find amatiketi eno on his website, on the brand's website, which is www.maxhosaafrica.co.za, and also get your tickets. And sizotubana getinaka on that Friday. And Uchilo Genaye, just come as you are, come and get to see what have I prepared for you, Banduba said GQ. And also I believe the Eastern Cape as large. But Getinake Wokundo Science is we're going to take a short quick ad break, but please make sure that you guys at home do not go anywhere because Tinasopina Sambuya Gakona. Beautiful people, welcome back to it, man. And yes, you guys are still tuned in on the Hangout. And right now, since Gukululeke is in the set, you know what? Let us change so that we can get to confuse the enemy. And right now, we are going to jump straight to our geek guide and also get to talk about places to go and check out starting on Thursday, because this weekend it is a big one. It is the biggest long weekend ongaifumana phakathi enyakeni. And also starting it off on the 17th, we're starting it off with Mr. Taylor with his block party at Black Imbala, and it's going to be happening on the 17th of April. So please make sure that you find your tickets. It's 150 for general, and also there is pricing for VIP as well. Utela get uyafika ngom so at GQ, and also there is Longumbulelo brunch that is going to be happening on the 18th of April at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, and that is being brought to you by Umaxhosa Africa. And we also had the conversation with Uladuma in terms of what people are going to expect, and also how is this event going to bring change within our community as well. And then still on the 18th, Senjalo, until the 21st of April, there is going to be the Splash Festival happening at Kings Beach. So everyone, please make sure that you guys check out in terms of buying tickets for your kids, for your families. What is very much nice about Splash is that it can accommodate everyone in the family. So everyone, please come out in numbers and also support this festival that is going to be happening for 4 full days at Kings Beach. And also the reggae night is going to be happening as well on the 25th of April at One Room. So again, like, it's very nice. It has Abo Momo Ashe coming in for performances, and also it's going to be hosted by Ufai Ndlala. And also there's going to be stalls that I believe that Abantu who believe in the culture of reggae are going to enjoy so much. So amatikiti ke ayafumaneka nawo, they're going as little as 100 rand. So I was waiting to posiwe, you guys. And also Funny Notes is happening on the 27th of April with Ufai Ndlala at Ekaya Sessions. So Ekaya Sessions is in KwaZakhele elokishini. So all you have to do, you guys, is to buy ticket and going for 50 rand. A Kaya session, it happens monthly and you don't want to miss it, because that is a beautiful moment to go and crack on some jokes. And also a night with the legend is going to be happening on the 2nd of May at Boardwalk. So we see this again Abosia. Kolisi, there's going to be Unati, Amifaku, Dumza Mafani, and I'm talking everyone that is going to be there is a big name that you guys at home do not want to miss. And also Yonake is this one, Herald, because Herald is turning a very big age, and to you guys, you also do not want to miss it. And right now, Indosayenza is we are going to direct you guys to a short clip in terms of what to get to expect on the Splash Festival, and also what to get to see when you are buying those tickets, and also when you are taking your family to that festival, what can you get to expect, and also the experience of Splash Festival. So everyone, let's check out what happens at Splash the previous years.
Make some noise, Capella! All right. In second place, we have Rani. Make some noise, Capella! Put your hands together for Rani. Well done. Hold on, Mr. DJ. Thank you. Now, in first place, once again, who do you think won? I can't hear you guys. In first place, the champion for 2022 Splash DJ competition is none other than Black Star!
Beautiful people, that was Ikigai that we have for you guys right here on the Hangout for Wednesday. And right now, into sayenza isizawuthatha nje ithutyana sikhe sihambe siyothengisa, and then we're going to come back. And when we're coming back, we're talking everything wrestling and also get to hear about, is it acting or is it really fighting? And also just to get to understand the world of wrestling. So everyone at home, please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. Beautiful people, welcome back to it. And yes, I hope ke nikwazile uba nithathe ikofu zenu and also your biscuits and maybe popcorns so that nizokwazi uhlala nathi and also get to hear about the world of wrestling, because it's always about Rey Mysterios and John Cena's and everyone else, but we also do have our own wrestling group happening in and around the South African region or the country. So everyone at home, please let us get onto it. And right now I am going to be talking with someone that is coming from outside South Africa and is coming from our beautiful continent, which is Africa, and he's also just going to basically tell us about his journey, and he goes by the name of Subari Man. Welcome to the Hangout. How are you today?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Lovely stuff. For people at home who don't know you, let's get to talk about you. And I'm like, I'm sure it's on here, but let's get to know you.
Oh, so you want to get to know the man behind the mask?
Yes, the man behind the mask.
Well, my name is Zuberi, right? But there is a prefix to the name, which is the son of Thunder God, Zuberi. And that is very important because my father was Thunder God, right? And he is a very prominent figure in the history of African pro wrestling and South African pro wrestling as well. So that is my origins. That is where I come from. I'm very much tied with like African tradition, and I am very much part of the Al-Kebuline tribe, right, which is found in deepest Africa, like the Congo, right? So I'm basically following my father's footsteps and into the whole professional wrestling realm. So I guess you could say, in a way, it's wrestling royalty, in a sense.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. And man, let's get to talk, you mentioning that it comes back from your father, and also he's the one that gave you the love and instilled the passion for it. But let's get to talk about it. You're an African man, and in Africa, we see these things in TV and we're like, this is not within our reach. This is not something that we could be doing. So let's get to talk about you being an African and be doing wrestling and still continuing to carry on the legacy that your father has left behind.
That is the thing. I feel like I have a very big responsibility on my shoulders, and I welcome that pressure as well. I think being in Africa, you are in a position where you can inspire others.
Yeah.
Because many think that this status is not attainable, like these opportunities do not exist. And I am part of the people that are trying to break that way of thinking and to basically show that, like, hey, you know, it's not just a Western world thing, like just locally, you know, I'm sure a lot of people don't even realize, you know, that this is a thing here. And they think they have to leave or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm also, that's like a side quest to make people realize that, hey, we have wrestling in South Africa.
Lovely stuff. And also, I'm sure even my viewers, because I also want to get into this, let's get to talk about this mask in terms of what does it mean to you, and what does it symbolize within your journey of being a wrestler?
Okay, so this is a mask that's been passed down throughout my family, like for traditions and for generations. It's a very traditional thing, and it symbolizes a sense of responsibility, right? Coming from the tribe I come from, when you take this up, you are taking up the responsibility of leading the tribe. You're taking up the responsibility of saying, hey, I am the accountable one, you know, and you fight for honor every time you go to the ring, you know, because you're not just representing yourself. You have like a whole people that you're representing as well. So that's what it symbolizes. It symbolizes honor, dignity, discipline. You know, it's very much traditional.
Lovely stuff. And also, man, you're talking about representing your people and also having to take on what was passed down to you. Let's get to talk about, you're a young man, your father is no longer in wrestling. Now, don't you feel that that does somehow shadow or colors off your branding and also who you truly are, because of now you have to take on the legacy. You have to make sure that the legacy still continues instead of trying to bring your own, or maybe let's say to bring your own character that is not going to be associated within your background and history.
Well, some may see that as a bit of a conflict, but I don't, because it is bigger than me.
Yeah.
So part of taking up this responsibility is putting a greater cause ahead of yourself. It's very selfless, right? So I am like an individual person as well. And I do have my own core values and everything, right? And my own aspirations and my goals and everything like that. But within that, they have to align with the greater good, in a sense, with other people being involved. Like again, I said, the people that I represent. It's not just about myself, but I am still an individual. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. And also, let's get to talk now about the current situation as to why you are here and GQ and what has actually brought you here today, and also for coming the weekend that is going to be mostly busy for you. So let's get to talk about that so people can get to know why the reason why you're here.
Okay. So, of course, we have like the big wrestling event on Saturday, right? This coming Saturday. And at the Splash Festival, it's the biggest wrestling event in the African continent, right? It's called Wrestle Monster. So this is the 7th edition of Wrestle Monster. And this is my first time competing at Wrestle Monster, right? It's such a big platform. It's such a big stage. It is a privilege as well, but it's also an opportunity, you know, for me to go out there and to establish myself.
Yeah.
Right. So I have an opponent. He's like a French international, you know, so many are seeing that as like a bit of pressure. It's like, you know, are you ready and all that kind of stuff. But the preparation is done, you know. I'm confident in my abilities, and overall I'm here to win.
Lovely stuff. I can understand. And also, let's get to talk about now it's that day where you have to go and wrestle and you see your opponent there and you guys are just getting it down. You guys are throwing fists and everything. Let's get to talk about it, because I'm sure everyone at home is wondering, Zinhle just asked this guy in terms of, is it a real thing? Is it acting? What is it? Is wrestling based on fiction, or is it your reality to you guys as wrestlers?
If it wasn't real, I wouldn't be here.
Right?
That's how I'd summarize it. It is a very unique business. It's strange. It's unlike anything else. I think you'd have to be in it to truly, even I'm in it and I still don't fully understand it, right? But it is very much real. It is a sport. It is a fight. There are injuries that happen. It's, of course, at the end of the day, it's more than just the actual fight. It's a display. Right, it is over the top. You know, you get the music and the lights and everything like that because it's a spectacle, right? But I see it as the modern day Colosseum where you go in to do battle. It's just on this extravagant stage.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. And also to the young Zuberius out there that are watching currently, what sort of word of advice can you actually get to give them? Because we know that your industry, it is a very violent one, and also people can get injured. So let's get to talk about in terms of kids not being too excited into entering it and end up being in a very compromising situation.
Well, there's training behind it, right? You don't just go and wrestle. You dedicate your life to it. We have professionals, and you firstly break into it by being trained by those that know more than you, right? So that takes a lot of humility, you know, accepting that, okay, I'm not at that level yet. Although it's something that I love, it's something I aspire to do, I have to learn and be under authority of someone else, right? So that's the learning process. Then when you do get there, then you can get into it. So like all the kids out there, like, you know, I know most of them don't listen to the whole do not try this at home thing, but that is real, right? Because you can get injured and people get injured all the time. So when you are of age, do get a wrestling school, get into training, and then you'll discover who you are within this business.
Lovely stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining us right
Thank
here
you for
on
having
Hangout.
me.
And also, let's get to talk about your other plans besides Splash Festival in terms of where can people get to find you and get to see some of your work as well.
Okay, so it's a big wrestling year ahead. You know, this is like the busiest time of the year, but this is not just it. After this, there are still other shows that are in the pipeline, and they will be confirmed shortly after. But if people want to be in touch with myself personally on Instagram, it is at Son of Thunder God, or just search Zuberi. You can find me there. I'm always active there, almost promoting what we're doing, what's coming up, you know, the brand and everything like that, and what I personally am up to as well. So whoever's interested can check me out there. But yeah, it's like very exciting. It's very busy. It's very serious. It's a lot.
Lovely stuff. And also for this coming weekend, do you think that you are going to fight off your opponent? Are you going to win any sort of fights you're going to be involved in?
I am going to be in a fight, and
You just want to
this may sound weird, right? But I don't even acknowledge the possibility of losing. We don't even think about that. The only way to think about it is winning. And that is my aim, and that's what I'll do.
Lovely stuff, man. Thanks so much for joining us right
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. Well, beautiful people, that was very right here on the Hangout. And yes, he brought us his scary mask, and also he got to tell us about his journey and also why is he in wrestling. So beautiful people, please make sure that you guys are buying those tickets for a Splash Festival so that you can be able to get to see him in his grounds and also see him doing his work, which is wrestling. But getting again into science is we're going to take a short quick ad break, but please make sure that you guys at home do not go anyway because beautiful people, welcome to it. And yes, you guys are seeing me with two big men next to me, and I'm just this tiny girl in between the two of them. And right now I am seated next to the two gentlemen that are going to be having a fight of their tindita because I'm a bit scared as well. I'm a bit scared as well. So they're going to be having a sort of a fight in between the two of them, fighting for this belt and also just having a bit of wrestling, man, so that we can get to see who is who and also get to see who is going to demand this title. And right now I am seated next to Joe and also TJ, and we're just going to hear from them and also we're going to welcome them first of all. Let us start off the side. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing well. This has to be a tremendous pleasure for you. I'm excited for you today.
Lovely stuff. And to you, TJ, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Man, let's get to talk about you. I'm going to start off on the side. You are in wrestling, coming all the way from Canada. Let's get to talk about it and also why have you decided to come and also to come and fight off for this title?
Well, yes, I've been doing this a long time. I've wrestled in 46 countries, and I've been doing it for 30-something years. I'm a former WWP heavyweight champion. I want my belt back. I never lost this belt. So on top of everything else, I not only want to reclaim the belt that is rightfully mine, I also want to reclaim this belt. And if I have to walk over this jabron to do it, I'm gonna.
Man, how do you feel? Your opponent is here in South Africa, and we know that you are someone who is on the soil ground. You're going to be fighting someone for this championship in your own hometown, in your own ground. How do you feel in terms of the whole situation right now?
Well, in all honesty, I think I already have one thing over Joe because I've had this belt and he's never had it. So yeah,
Until Saturday.
That puts me ahead of the curve at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's obviously always a pleasure to fight out of Nelson Mandela Bay, being a local boy myself. So to fight in front of my home crowd for the world heavyweight title, that's one thing he's had on me. He's had a world heavyweight title. I've never had the chance to fight for it. Although he claims he never lost it, he clearly doesn't have it. So, you know.
The tension is very strong. The tension is very strong. And to you, Joe, coming all the way from where you're coming from to come and fight for this championship. So let's say that scenarios now are saying you haven't won it. How would you feel if this did not go back home with you?
I don't concern myself with what's not going to happen. I'm concerning myself with what does happen. And what's happening next is I'm walking up with that belt and with another belt. And I'm going to have the company pay for my flight home. They might have to pay for extra weight in my luggage to make sure I can carry all this stuff because these aren't light, are they?
Yes, they're not. It's heavy.
It's really heavy.
Guys. Yes, seen that.
Okay?
Yes.
So after I take that belt, I might hit him over the head with it, then put it in my bag and bring it back home. Let everybody in Canada celebrate with me.
Lovely stuff. And also let's get to talk about your preparations. How have you prepared to making sure that for this fight you are fit and also you are going to give it your all?
Yeah, so obviously, like being a full-time wrestler, I travel overseas quite often. I own a wrestling school here in Nelson Mandela Bay as well. I'm the head coach, where I train a whole bunch of people at least 5 days a week. I'm in the ring. I'm doing CrossFit. I'm doing exercise, weight training every single day. And you know, it's something that I live. I live this business with a passion. You know, so it's always like a pleasure for me to fight at home, where I can show the people like exactly how hard I've been working, and it's always nice for them maybe to back someone local as well, because you know, someone as grey as little Mr. McNabbs over here, he doesn't really have the, let's say, agility that I still possess. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. And Mr. Joe, let's get to talk about you, man. You've been in the game and you're fighting, I would say, in my culture, City Jongwana, meaning that he's just right after you in terms of age and age group. So let's get to talk about...
And intelligence.
And intelligence. And also, so now let's get to talk about you having to prepare in terms of fighting him and also fighting for this title to be yours.
Okay, well, back home, I'm in the gym usually 6-7 days a week. I've actually got my son training with me as well.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I also teach wrestling a couple times a week in 2 different wrestling schools, and I get flown all over the world to teach at other schools. Not only do I know how to do this, I know how to show people how to do this, but I haven't shown him everything he needs to know to beat me. I know everything. He knows very little. I lift heavy, he lifts light.
Yeah.
I win matches, he watches matches. I live as a champion, he buys tickets to see the champion. So at the end of the day, I'm walking out with a belt regardless because I am simply the best in the world at what I do.
Lovely stuff. And to you, TJ, how are you planning to making sure that you are winning this and you are keeping this within our district and also within our area?
I think it's a given, you know, with a home crowd behind my back, with how hard I've worked. I have no doubt in my mind that my belt is coming home, as well as the world heavyweight title is coming home to Nelson Mandela Bay.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind about that.
And to you, Mr. Joe, in terms of just trying to prove it to him that you are going to take this, what are those last words that you have for him before we close the show off?
My last words are looking at you. You can walk out of the ring, just hand me the belt and walk out, or you can be carried out. There's nothing that you're going to... Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Hey!
Beautiful people,
No, hey,
that was
I'm not
it.
talking to you.
What
I'm
we're
talking
going to
to you.
do right now is
I will
going to
take
say
this
thank you so
hand,
much
What are you gonna do?
for
twice,
joining
back
us
and
right
forth,
here on
and
the
take you
Hangout.
down 1, 2,
Otherwise,
3.
for us,
It's
we just want to
over
say
for you.
thank you
Not
so
gonna
much.
happen. You can't
Continue.
count to 3. The
Social
only 3's
media
gonna happen is
platforms
when your
and
shoulders are on the
TV.
mat.
We'll see you.
Wait for
Bye.
it.